Alright, so on our back, bent knees, head on your cushion if you like, feet bent in a bent knee position, hands on our pelvis, and we're just going to work on that little bit of pelvic tilting. So starting off rolling the pelvis, arching that lower back, making a little gap between your back and the floor, and then tucking the pelvis, tucking the tummy, flattening the back against the floor, and then rolling forward. So we're just tilting through the pelvis. Lovely. So just getting that middle warmed up. Very nice. And coming into that middle position between those two, we're going to hold that position and we're just going to let the legs drop down side to side. So keeping a little bit of tummy tuck, and we're just rotating through the back, warming up that rotation movement. Lovely. Perfect. And then bringing the feet up into tabletop. So again, that nice tabletop, nice little straight knee or straight line with the shins. And we're just going to come into a little bit more rotation from here. So you can go arms out wide, just dropping into a little bit of rotation. So arms are kind of supporting us, stabilizing. Keep going. Just going to let some people in. Lovely. Welcome, Ellie. We're just getting started. Again, you can turn your camera on if you like. Arms out to the side, and we're just going into a little bit of rotation. Dropping down, side to side. Perfect. And then bringing both knees into the tummy, and we're just going to have a little rotation around. Hi, Ellie. Okay, so little circles, and then swap direction. Lovely. Perfect. And then bringing those legs back up into a nice tabletop. Again, we want to try and keep that nice tabletop each time. Hands on the mat, and let's go for some heel taps. So dropping one heel down, up to tabletop, other heel down and back. So again, working on that nice control here. We're trying to get back to the nice tabletop each time. So it might seem easy, but if we're doing it properly, we should have to think about what we're doing. Lovely. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to keep going. We're going to extend the leg instead of dropping it this time. Straighten that leg out. Bring it back to tabletop. If this is too hard for anyone, stick to the heel tap. So you shouldn't feel this too much in the lower back. This should be tummy working hard here. Keep breathing. Keep that nice control. Keep breathing. Tummy is working hard, so don't let that pressure go through the back. If it is, tuck the tummy a little bit more. Really engage that tummy, or else drop to the heels. Good. Keep working. Let's go for one more each side. 1 and 2 and rest. Bring those knees in. Have a little breather. Well done. Have a little roll through the lower back. Okay. Keep breathing. Alright, we're going to add in a little bit of arms this time. So we're going to go arms either side of the head, hands either side of the head. Same position with our nice tabletop. Again, we're going to start with heels, but we're going to add some rotation. So I'm going to go opposite leg dropping, reaching to the opposite knee with my elbow. Back to the middle, and rotate. So again, slowing it down. We've all done this before, but we want to focus on the control, getting back to tabletop each time, emphasizing elbow to knee, and when you're ready, if you like, extending the leg. Breathe. This is a hard one, so stick to heel taps if you need to. Keep breathing, getting that nice straight leg each time. Nice purposeful movement. Well done, keep it up. Let's go for 2 more each side. 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, and last one. 4, and rest. Well done. Okay, opening up the legs in this position. Have a little, just rocking from side to side, so opening up through the hips while we're having our little breather. Well done. Nice work, everyone. Good work, Ellie. Working hard. Okay. Catching our breath. Whew. Alright. So, feet back on the floor again. We're going to come up to sitting, actually. Yeah, lovely. So we're in sitting. We're going to work on our sitting up. Okay, so starting from our seated position, we did a little bit of work on this last week. Arms out in front. We're going to start with some slow roll backs. So I'm thinking, actually I can keep my pillow there. Slow roll back, so a little bit of a bend in the knee. Thinking about sitting up nice and tall. Chest is being pulled up to the ceiling, arms out in front, and I'm just slowly rolling back to the mat. Nice and controlled, as far as I can, and then coming up nice and tall at the top. So I'm not going to go all the way back to start with. We're just going to come down to the point that we feel tummy working, and then coming right back up nice and tall. Lovely. And again, off we go. Keeping that nice control. Keep breathing. See, can we go a little bit lower if you want? Challenging those tummy muscles a little bit. But I want you to be able to come back nice and smoothly back to the top without having to jerk around too much. Lovely. Okay, perfect. Last one. And up and have a rest. Let the legs roll out to the side. Have a little reach for the feet and just rocking from side to side. Giving everything a little stretch. Okay. So we're going to start from lying this time. So again, we're going to make things a little bit harder. To start with, we have an option, assisted sit-ups, so we've done some of these before. So let's go back over it. So we're going to use our legs for a bit of help here to sit up. So I'm straightening my legs out while bringing my body up into that nice upright position. Nice and tall, chest is being pulled up to the ceiling. Then back nice and slowly, bring my legs with me and come back all the way to the floor this time. Okay, so just making things a little bit more of a big movement. So legs and sit up tall, reach, down, slowly, legs come in. Let's all start with those. We'll go for 5 of them. 1. Nice and slowly down, control. 2. The more you use your legs here, the easier it is. So the slower you are with your legs, the harder your tummy's having to work. So see how much you can challenge yourself, see how it feels to go faster or slower. Nice and tall at the top each time. And one last one. And come all the way down and have a breather in that nice back stretch position. Okay, so that's a hard version, but we can go a bit harder if you like. We're going to go straight legs if you want to try this. Arms out in front. And from here, I'm going to come up without using my legs. So I'm just using my tummy muscles to lift off the floor, sit up into that nice tall position, slowly down the whole way, and all the way back down, okay? Now, using your arms can help you here, so we can go arms overhead, bring the arms with us to sit up, and then come down. That's an option here. Or if you want to go really hard, we're just keeping the arms still. So whichever works for you. If you need to use a little bit of arms or a little bit of legs, no problem to bring the legs back in and use them like we were before. Keep going. Keep breathing. Well done. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Keep that nice control. Let's go for 2 more. 1. And last one. 2, we're going to stay in sitting for our stretch. Again, wide knees, feet together, elbows on the knees, and we're just going to sit into that forward stretch and rocking side to side, just opening up the hips while we take a little breather. Don't forget to have some water if you have it handy. It's actually a little bit warm today. Lovely, well done. Okay, we're staying in sitting. You can move your pillow out of your way, you won't need it for this one. And just sitting back a little bit further on your mat. And we're going to go hands facing out. Okay, we're putting a little bit less pressure on our wrists that way. Legs are straight, heels planted on the floor, and hands facing out like we've shown. So from here, I'm going to lift my bum, squeezing into that nice straight line position. So see how I'm in a straight line from my shoulders to my hips to my feet, and then coming all the way down nice and controlled, and just kind of giving the shoulders a little wiggle just to warm them up. So maybe let's do some little shoulder circles. Again, we're putting a lot of pressure through our shoulders in this position, but it's a nice exercise for them. Okay, back into position, hands facing out, and we're going to go for 10 of them. So try and get that nice straight line each time. So off we go, pushing up, squeeze, and then down nice and controlled. And up, squeeze those bum muscles, hamstrings, calves, everything is working here. The back of our body is working. Pushing through the ground with the arms, keeping those shoulders away from our ears if we can. Squeeze that bum. Keep going. I've lost count. What are we on? 4 more, I think. 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, don't flop down, nice and controlled all the way down. What are we on? Whoa. 4. Bad counting there. Have a little break. Okay, circles through the shoulders. Stretch them out. Serious lost track of counting there. Okay. So we're going to go into that position again, adding a little bit of movement. So, same movement, but we're going to hold it this time. I'm going to try and actually count this time. So we'll count for 10 seconds in that position. I'm going to show you first of all, we're up here. I'm going to bring my feet back towards me and then point my toes. Flex and point. Now, try and keep the height through the bum the whole way through. Keep that bum lifted the whole way through the 10 seconds, okay? So shake it off, getting ready to go in 3, 2, 1, up we go. Hold and flex and point. Keep that bum lifted. Keep breathing. 5, 6, keep it up. Keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. Ooh, that's a hard one. Shake it out. Give those arms a little wiggle. Okay, let's give the wrists a little break. Some little circles through the wrists while we're having a little break here. That was a harder one. Something to work on. Okay, we're going to come back onto our back now. Give those wrists a little stretch through little circles each direction, swapping direction. Perfect. Okay, so let's come back to working those hamstrings and glutes a little bit more. So we're going to go feet together, stuck together, bent knees, have a little feel where we are with our pelvis again. And then from here, I'm going to have hands on the floor, lift my bum into my nice bridge. Okay, so I'm in my bridge position. I'm going to come out with my knees. Okay, so feet are kind of stuck together. Bum is lifted, out with the knees, and back together. Out and together. Out and together. Now, don't let the bum drop down. Keep that bum lifted, hands on the floor for a little bit of balance. If you want more of a challenge, hands in the air. And if you want a bit more, we can go arms open at the same time. So arms out while the legs are out. Back to the middle. Dropping out. Middle. Don't let that bum drop down. Keep that bum working hard. Hamstrings and glutes are working here. Well done. Tummy is on. Glutes are on. Let's go 2 more. 1 and 2. Back to the middle and drop the bum. Have a little rest. Shake out the legs, so kind of stepping out one leg at a time, just kind of giving them a little wiggle. Well done, that was really good. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to bring a little bit of calf muscle in here. So, same position, feet stuck together. I want you to come up onto your tiptoes. Okay, so from here, we're going to lift the bum. So, already this is a hard exercise. If you want a little bit more, we're going to come into that same movement, dropping the knees out, but keep those heels off the floor. Keep breathing. Might mean that you have to just do a little bit less movement with the knees. So even if we just do some little mini ones, keep the bum up, don't let it drop. Keep the heels up. Adding arms if we want for a little bit more complexity. Well done. Keep working. Breathe. Don't let that bum drop down. Don't let the heels drop. We're going to start to feel it now. Calves working. Hamstrings, glutes. Well done. Let's go 2 more. 1 and 2 and rest. Well done. Bring those knees into your tummy. Have a little breather. Have a little rest. All right. Okay. So we're going to come on to hands and knees next. So hands and knees. Let's go for a little bit of stretching to start with. So again, in our hands and knees position, hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. And we're thinking we want to keep the shoulders switched on here. So we're trying not to just kind of hang out through the arms. Everything's switched on. And we're going for some cat-cow. So we're going to arch the back, sticking the bum out, looking out in front, and then tucking the bum, tucking the chin. So just emphasizing that nice back movement. Lovely. Let's go one more. Lovely stuff. Okay, now I'm going to move back a little bit on my mat with my knees, walk my hands a little bit further forwards until I'm in my kneeling plank position. Okay, so again, my kneeling plank, I'm active through my arms and I'm in a straight line from my shoulders to my hips to my knees. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that my hands are out far enough. Okay, so from here I'm going to go slowly down to the mat, bending my elbows, nice and controlled as I can make it. Okay, now from here options are a little bit of a roll up, so I'm going to use my body, so I'm going to lift up and push up while I'm leaning back then towards my feet. Okay, so a little bit of a roll up into a stretch, back into my kneeling position, my kneeling plank, and then I'm going to repeat. So lowering slowly, rolling up off the mat, pushing back into my stretch, and then back into my plank. So don't forget the plank. Pause in the plank for a second and then come down again. Now if you're strong enough, you're going to go for a nice solid push up into that plank position before pushing back. So that is a harder version. Okay, rolling up is easier. Full push up is harder. Lovely, getting that nice stretch each time, pausing in our plank each time, and then going nice and slowly, as slow and controlled as you can, down to the mat, using those tricep muscles, using the muscles in our arms and our chest. How are we feeling? Let's go for 2 more. Nearly there. Okay, so 1. And last one. After the last one, we're going to pause in our nice stretch position, pushing up, sitting back on the heels, open up the knees. We're going to sit back into that nice stretch for a few seconds. And breathe, have a little deep breath here. Just sinking into that stretch. Well done. Okay, making our way back into our plank position. Grab a drink if you need to. Okay, we're going to go full plank position here. Now, again, if your wrists are getting a little bit sore, you can always pop a cushion down so that you're leaning your palm onto the cushion with your fingers coming off the cushion. It just means that you're not getting that extension through the wrist as much. So it definitely helps. Or you can go for fists. Or you can just try and strengthen up those wrists by doing a little bit of pressure through them. So, plank position, up we go if we can, and we're going to go for some mountain climbers here. So, little bit of a bent knee, don't worry about twisting, we're just bending the knee. Nice and slowly. Nice straight line through the middle. See how my body's in a nice straight line. I'm pushing through my arms. I'm nice and switched on. Nice and slowly. Keep breathing. Let's go one more each side. 1 and 2 and back down. Have a little breather. We were straight into it there. That was a hard one. So little wrist circles. Again, each direction. Have a little breather, and we're going to go again for those mountain climbers. So, points to remember. Really want to think about that nice straight line. Okay, so my nice plank. I'm not up here. I'm not hanging out through my back. See that arch in my back? I'm trying to avoid that. I'm in my nice straight line. I'm pushing through my arms. So again, I'm not hanging out through my arms. I'm nice and engaged, switched on. Okay, and you want to keep that position the whole way through, even when we're lifting the legs. Alright, so let's go for 10 of them. Nice and slow and controlled, okay? Ready? Off we go. Get that position first of all, and then just bending the knee. Don't bother twisting, we're just going to bend the knee. 3. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the tummy, push through the floor, switch those arms on. 6. Breathe. 7, 8, 2 more. 9 and 10 and rest. Whew. Shake it out. Let's go little circles with the shoulders while we're doing our little wrist circles. There's a little coordination exercise for you. Lovely. Okay. We're going to do one more set because that's looking really good. And we want to just see if we can work that a little bit harder on this one. So we're going to go exactly the same and 10 reps again. And I want to see that nice plank shape the whole way through. Okay, last one of these, I promise. Off we go. So 3, 2, 1, up we go. Hold, keep that nice solid plank the whole way through. Really slow it down. See, can you go even slower? Breathe. Two more. 9, 10, and rest. Well done. Good work, everyone. Really nice. Okay, let's give those wrists a little break, I think. Let's roll on our side. So fully on our side. Lying down. And bring your pillow back in again if you like here. Lovely. Now we're setting up in, we'll set up for our clams. So, bent knees, feet stuck together, lying fully down on our side. Now, clam position, feet stuck together, hand on my hip. I'm not allowed to roll my body, okay? So, keep an eye on the logo on my t-shirt. I don't want to roll through there. I'm just moving my hip. So my knee is coming up to the ceiling, opening up through my hip. So it's just the hip that's moving. My feet are stuck together. My body stays still. And I'm working that little bum muscle to lift the leg. Lovely. Okay, so the setup here is important. And again, on the drop down, don't just flop the leg down. We want nice and controlled. Perfect. Lovely. Let's go 2 more. 1 and 2 and rest. Have a little breather. Well done. Okay. So we're going to straighten that top leg out. Keep that bottom leg bent. Straight leg. We're lifting that leg up just slightly, okay? So it's not going way up in the air, okay? Because I want you to think, keep that leg slightly behind your pelvis. So up slightly and down. We're going to hover in between. So we're not coming all the way down. We're hovering and lifting. Again, keeping that hand on my pelvis so that I stop my body from moving as well. It's just my leg that's working. Lovely. Well done. Let's go 2 more. 1 and 2 and rest. Lovely. Have a little breather. Okay, we're going to do 1 more on this side. So we're going to go for some little circles. Okay, so same movement, but this time we're going to lift up, back and around, up, back and around. So I'm drawing circles with my hip. Imagine you're drawing them with your foot, but your foot doesn't move. It's just attached to that hip. So up, back and around. Working hard through that little bum muscle now. You're going to feel it, so feel the burn. Try and push through it a little bit. Don't roll through the body. Keep that body nice and still. Just the leg that's moving. We're nearly there. Let's go for 2 more circles. 1 and 2 and rest. Bring that leg over for a stretch. Ooh, definitely felt that one. Give that bum muscle a little tap. Well done. Perfect. Have a little breather, and then when you're ready we're going to move on to the other side, making your way over, setting up nice for our plank again, or sorry, not our plank, for our clam. Promise we're not doing planks. We've done enough planks today. Okay, so again, our nice setup here. So this is the important bit. Get that setup right and you can't really go wrong. So we're going to go bent knees, feet stuck together, hand on my hip. I'm lifting that top knee up to the ceiling and back to the other leg. So I'm just rotating my hip and we're not letting the body move. Lovely. So that bum muscle is lifting the leg. My little side bum muscle. Well done. Nice. So don't let it roll. Perfect. Think about squeezing that bum muscle to lift the leg. Let's go for 2 more. 1 and 2 and rest. Have a little breather. Well done. Lovely. So making our way into that straight leg version. So again, my bottom leg stays bent. Exactly the same setup, but the top leg is straight. I'm going to hover, so I'm not coming all the way down each time. Hovering in that kind of midline position. Lift the leg and back to the middle. Up, middle. Now, keep that leg slightly behind your pelvis. So I don't want it coming out in front. Keeping it slightly behind you. Using that bum muscle to lift the leg. Perfect. Nice, we're starting to feel it now again on this side. Try not to lose the control, so keep it small if you need to. Have a little break if you need to. Let's go 2 more. 1 and 2 and stretch. Ooh. Have a little stretch. Give that bum a little tap. Well done. We still have our circles to do on this side. Lovely. Okay, so let's get ready for our circles. We're nearly there. Keeping those circles nice and small. So I'm going to go up, back and around. Keeping that leg behind me if I can, so slightly behind me. Don't let it come out in front of you. Oh, definitely feeling it this side. Keep going. Up, back and around. Nice work. Keep it up. We're nearly there. Feeling the burn. Push through it a little bit if you can. Nearly there. Go for 2 more. 1, 2 and stretch. Ooh, I'm definitely feeling that one more today. Ooh. Lovely. Well done. Okay, perfect. Rolling over onto our back. How are we doing for time? Perfect. Okay, rolling onto our back. And let's just do a little bit of stretching for those bum muscles. So heel on the knee. Let the knee drop out. Okay, so if you're feeling that through the hip and the bum already, that's fine. If you want a bit more, we're going to grab the other leg, bringing it into our body. So feeling this leg, feeling a stretch through the bum and the hip. Going a little bit closer to you if you can feel the stretch, if you can push into that stretch a little bit more, but don't force it. Just take a few breaths, and each time you breathe out, just see can you sink a little bit further into the stretch. Well done. And then bringing that back to the floor. Swap legs, so again start with just heel on the knee and let that knee drop out. Again, just easing into the stretch. Once you feel like you're able to or you want to, grabbing the other leg and relaxing into the stretch, feeling that hip stretch. Lovely. Easing into that. Well done. And feet back on the floor. And just going for a nice little rotation, so side to side, hands on the floor. And just leaning into that rotation each time, feeling that nice stretch through the back. Lovely. And then just feeling where you're comfortable, so maybe in bent knees, or we can go straight legs, whatever feels comfortable. But we're just going to do a little bit of breathing to finish here. So hand on the tummy, hand on the chest. And we're just focusing on getting that nice diaphragm breathing. So a little bit of pressure through the chest, trying to encourage that lower long breathing. So in through the nose, feeling the hand on the tummy rise, and out through the nose, tummy drops. In through the nose, tummy rises. Out through the nose, tummy drops. And we're trying to breathe through our nose if we can here. And mind having a little pause before you breathe back in each time. And it's just normal breaths, so we're not taking big breaths, we're just trying to make them deep, low in the lungs. And again, just applying a little bit of pressure if you feel like you're using those chest muscles to do a bit of breathing. Just applying a little bit of pressure through the chest. And even applying some pressure on the abdomen, just to encourage that breathing through there. Should be able to feel it rising and falling. And just relaxing the arms for a minute. Just let go of any tension through the shoulders. And just little circles, little rotations with the head, side to side. And just see, can you go a little bit further with your rotation each time? Getting a nice stretch through the neck. And just pausing in that stretched position each time for a second before coming back to the other side. And then just back to the middle. And just feeling the whole body sink into the floor. Noticing any improvements in your breathing. Just noticing if you're naturally not using your chest as much anymore. And then slowly bringing both knees into your tummy. Rocking from side to side. And then making your way up nice and slowly. Well done, everyone. Good work.